and welcome back to ArchiCAD. Our next tutorial we're going to insert some doors. There's a few doors on our cottage. If we look at the diagram, we can see there are some windows. There's also some doors. This one looks like a window, but it's actually an external sliding door. And then the doors that are a bit easier to see are these ones here. One goes into the bedroom, the second one here that goes into the bathroom, and the one here that goes from outside into the kitchen, which would be the front door. The angle represents the way the door opens, and the straight line here is where the door hinge is and where the door connects to the wall. Down on our specifications, the only thing we have about doors is the joinery. Joinery is to be bronze anodized aluminium. That's what they want the doors to be made out of. Okay, let's go over to ArchiCAD. Oh yeah, and before we do that, if we see just here, we have our ceiling have been put at 2400. Our joinery is to be at 2100 height, so our doors will be 2100. Our tops of our windows will also be at 2100, as you can see on this picture. Now let's flick over to ArchiCAD. From our previous tutorial of installing the roof, or the ceiling, as you can see, it's a bit hard to see the inside of our cottage like this. So now I'm going to teach you about layers. If you remember, each thing that we've built so far has been put into a different layer. You can access these layers in two ways. One is by going through options, element attributes, and layers, and it comes up with all the layers of our construction. Or I'm going to show the shortcut, which is Command L. It's much easier. It's an important shortcut to remember because we use this quite a bit. So Command L brings up all our layers that we've done or haven't done. One that we definitely have done is ceiling, which is what we put in last tutorial, and we put it in the ceiling layer. You can see the eye is turned on, meaning that we can see it. So click on the eye, turn it off, click OK, and you can see the ceiling disappears. We could do the same for all pieces. We could remove the walls, or we could remove the internal or external walls, or whatever, just by flicking on and off the layers. Just to remind you, Command L is where they are, the shortcut. Okay. So now we can go into our door toolbox. Let's go to our 2D, and let's go to our toolbox for doors, which is just here. So we'll go in, select our doors, and the first thing to look at is our libraries down the side here. This at the moment will apply just to doors, but the libraries that ArchiCAD have pre-installed for us for all furnishings that we're going to put into the cottage or the house are all up here in these ArchiCAD libraries. You can also download extra functions, extra doors or extra furnishings as well. Now, in this case, we can just use ones that are already pre-installed. So we have our libraries here, we have furnishings, and we have our doors. You have different types of doors down here, and we're going to choose hinged doors because that's what we want. Our inside doors just act on one hinge, and we have a whole bunch that are already put in, ones with arches, ones with side lights on them, all the way down. We have double doors, arches, and so on and so forth. We're going to keep this simple, and we're just going to use door 23 from ArchiCAD 23, plain and simple. So select this, and now come over to this side, and we have some dimensions of this door. They're preset. It is 900 wide, it's 2100 height, which is exactly what we need based on the picture on our plans with the joinery dimensions that set at 2100. That's perfect. We don't need to worry about this. Our reveal to wall face can stay. This function here is where we select our anchor point for when we install our door. You can select the right one, just for argument's sake. Over here, this is what our door is going to look like, and we can see what it's going to look like on our plan. In our 2D, it's going to look like this. See how it's going to look from the front on a plan. We can see how it's going to look three-dimensional, and we can see how it's going to look the preview image of it. So we'll just put it back to our 2D plan view. That's fine. Now we're going to go down to our hinge door settings. So there's a lot of features here. In our hinge door settings, this is all the stuff that we can change to our door. We can change every little aspect of it. The thickness, the height, the how far it is from the wall, the frames of it, what material it's made out of, the colours, the door handle, the height of the door, the width of it, whether there's sunlights on it or windows, what the windows are like. There's just hundreds and hundreds of features, which we can run through a couple that we'll need to use, but not all of them because it's too complicated and there's too many. But in our door settings, here we are. Here's our drop-down menu here. I'm going to start at the top and work down. So we don't need anything from the top, from that top one. Door settings. The second one, our door settings, we can look at our style of our door leaf. Door leaf being our door. That's what leaf means in this case. And we can click on this style and we can select, we have a whole bunch of options to make this door style. Using the same dimensions, 900 by 2100, we could fill it in any way we like. We're just going to keep it simple and just make it a no grid door with a window. For the front door, we'll probably change that, but for the doors inside, we'll do this. Keep it like this. Our handle, you can choose a handle that you like, that you think belongs on an inside door, maybe a bedroom door. Maybe you want a lock on it, maybe you don't. I'm going to choose, I think I like the look of knob 4. I'll choose knob 4 for mine. And that's it for here. Yep. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So select here. Now let's move down. Frame and leaf. That's next. Now this is a really important thing that you need to make sure you have clicked in this one, in frame and leaf. And what needs clicking is just here. The thickness, the frame thickness of the door equals the thickness of the wall. This needs clicking, okay? You can see here, it's just shown that this is looking down a cross-section of the wall and the door going in. This is the width of the wall, our internal walls, and this is the width of the door at the moment. If we make it so that they equal the same as each other, there we go. Now they're going to fit. It's very unusual for the wall frame to be a different thickness to the door frame, so make sure that's clicked. Okay, we are moving on. Let's go back up to our drop-down menu. Let's go. We have natural ventilation. We don't need to worry about anything there. We have our door leaf type. Yes, we've done that. We have our handle. We've done that. We've selected knob 4. We can edit the settings of that. Our opening lines. This just explains what these lines on the door do on our plan. These lines point to the door handle. Okay, so that's what happens there. So that'll come into action later on. Next one is our model attributes. We can go through this. There's nothing we really need here. We have our what we want our frame to look like. In this case, it's going to be glossy white. We can just leave it at that. Our wall opening. We don't need to do anything there. The reveal is fine as is. Same with the wall closure. These are all masonry arc. Like I said, there's so many functions and features. Some more model attributes. Fixtures and fittings, that's fine. And we get all the way down here. Sunshades, we can add sunshades if we like. More model attributes, which we don't need. And hopefully that's all of it there that we need. Where is our, I'm missing something. I want to see our dimension marker. Okay, so that's all from there. Let's lock that out. Let's go back down here to the next one. Floor plan and section. Now this is the symbols that it's going to show on the plan. They're going to be orange. The lines around the outside will be orange. Yeah, that's going to do. That's okay. And now let's go to dimension markers. So this is an important one. Our dimension markers, we're going to choose the type of marker that our plans are going to have. So we don't want any marker, we want some markers. So you choose basic here. And this is going to show on our plans so that an architect or a builder can read and understand what's going on. This is a 900 by 2100 door. We want the marker size that's preset, the font is preset to 10 mil. We're going to change that to much, much smaller, 0.8 mil. So you can do that. And that should be fine there. So, and we click OK. That's enough from our door settings. Now it's time to insert. So we're going to zoom in. We know where our doors need to go. They need to go somewhere around here, somewhere around here. We have door selected, so it's ready to go. So bring it over to the wall that we're going to put it on. Bring it around somewhere here, but it doesn't need to be precise just yet. And we can move it to the top frame or the bottom side of the frame. It doesn't matter because we have already selected for the frame of the door to be the same as the wall, so this isn't going to make too much of a difference. So you can just click, and now we have the option, before clicking again, to determine which way the door opens. We want the door to open like that, into the room, the bedroom. I want it to open so it's opening up against the wall here. So not like that, but like this. So click again, and there we have it. There's our door. Now we can zoom in here. Now I can show you. Actually, for a start, I'll go to 3D mode and show you that our door that's gone in. Yep. We can zoom in on this. On our door, take a closer look while the roof layer isn't there. Now unselect door, hit escape. Yep. Hit the select tool. Now you can see here's our door. Like I said, these arrows pointing to where the handle is. It looks good like this, but it's going to look even better if we make the 3D mode and open the door with it. So select the door. Usually most things you can select that by clicking somewhere in the top corners of the item. So we selected our door. And now if you watch our cursor as we come down here towards the handle, it's going to change in a minute. You see it's changed there. It's found the handle. It's snuck to it. You can click. And you can select A for the angle. And now we have a bunch of angles we can change here. Opening angle in 3D, the top one. When you select that, and now we can choose an angle that it opens from its current position. So let's have the door sitting at an open angle of 60 degrees. Hit enter. And there we go. There's our door that's open at 60. If you're not happy with that, click it again, click A, select this one up here. Let's want it a bit further open, make it 75. There we go. The other way you can open your door is just by clicking on the handle and just moving it like this. And move it to wherever you want it to be open and select. Very nice. Now we need a second, now we're going to go into our 2D mode and we're going to move this door. So make sure you have the select button, select cursor, zoom in here, and we want to move this door, well, I want to move this door 100 mils away from this wall here. So here's what we're going to do to move it. We don't know how far this whole thing is, so we're going to use our ruler. We're going to come over to where we want our door to begin 100 mils from. So snap in, click, and move, hit D, make it 100. Enter. That's 100 mils. So now we click again. Beg your pardon. Escape, we're going to have to do this again. Ruler, select the corner, select, hit D 100 and enter, and it puts a feature there. And now without clicking, just start dragging again. You can see the distance is rolling up, and we're going to drag to the corner of the door, let it snap just there, and you can see that distance there is 590. So we need to move the door 590 to bring it 100 mils from the wall. So 590. So hit escape and escape. Make sure we have the select button, and now come over to this little corner of the door, wait for the snap and click. And now we have the feature to move our door. This little pad comes up, make sure you have drag selected, and then we can start dragging. You can see the distance going up, hit D, we want the distance to be 590, enter, and there we go, our door's dragged across 590, so now this distance here should be 100 mils. From here to there, yep, 100 mils, perfect, just where we wanted it. Escape, zoom out, and there it is, just like we need. Now we need to insert a second door over here. We want the same door. So select the door. All the settings should be all exactly the same, hopefully. Click OK. And this is good to go in. So bring your cursor up here. Whoop. It's not working. Select. We have our door selected. Yeah, that's all good. Select OK. And bring it over to here, and it should be able to snap it in like so. And we still need to select our door, that's not working. Oh, we need to hit escape and deselect that one first. There we go. Select our door, and here we go. Our second one can go in here, just like the first one. Snap it to the wall. We want it opening in the opposite direction as the original one, so just like so, and click. And we're going to do the same thing as the first one. So zoom in to the nodes here, get our ruler out, go to the inside of this wall, snap it in. Distance we want 100, hit enter, and then start dragging again up over to the node of this door. Snap it in, 365 is what we need to move it. So hit escape, escape. Yes, over here, select our door on this node. Select it, make sure we've got drag, yep, we're dragging. Drag this way, hit D, and 365 was the distance we need. There it is. We get our ruler out, and we can just double check this. From here to here's 100. Perfect. We've done it nicely. So now we're going to go into 3D mode, and there's one other thing I'm going to show you. So now we've got our two doors up. Now let's just say we have this door here. This door's been selected. Ooh. We already have this door selected. Let's say we want this door. Where's our floor plan? Dimensions. No. Hinge door settings, sorry. model attributes. Now where's the colours? We want to change the colour, right? Let's say we want to change the colour. Uniform door surfaces, yep. And let's say we make the colour of our door a brown like this. Everything's brown. There we go. You click OK. See, the colour of our door is now brown, and it's been open to a degree here. Now let's say we want to copy these features to another door in the house. Or let's say we want to copy the features of any item to another item. We can do this. Up here we have a special feature. We have the dropper and the syringe. The dropper is the pickup feature, the pickup functions, and the syringe is the inject functions. So we can pick up, if we select the dropper, we can go over here and we can hover over our door and click. We can pick up the functions and the features and the parameters of this door. We can go up to the syringe, click inject. We can come over to this door, hover over it, let it be found and selected, and click. And just like that, it has copied it. So you can see this door is open, the same amount as the first one. It has the same colours and the same handle on it. So it's all been copied. So it's a really good, important feature to use, especially if you're doing things like trees out the front where you have lots of, or windows or something like that. And yeah, so that's our, I look back here, we can zoom out and have a look at our doors that have been put in nicely. In our 3D mode, we're happy with that. Unselect, little man to zoom us out. Spacebar up and down, and there's our doors looking good. Always remember to continue saving your work. Go to File, Save, and keep saving the whole time you're working on your cottage. And I think that's happy days. We're all good. There's our internal doors put in.